This is the new Defender Octa, one of the most anticipated luxury SUVs ever. This Defender, as you know, is one of the most successful and most selling off-road SUV right now in the market. And this Octa is to add on more shining feathers to the already shining crown of Defender. It is the most powerful Defender ever. This is the Defender with the largest wheel, the Defender with the largest brake, Defender with the most capability, most weighting depth, and also the most dynamic Defender ever. As you know, the name Octa is derived from diamond, the 8-sided diamond, and this is going to be a gem in the Land Rover stable. We're going to have an exclusive drive. We are right now in the forest. We're going to take it on and off the road and experience what Octa really meant compared to the regular Defender. All my flyers, welcome to an exclusive episode of the Defender Octa. Whenever we drive something which we love, we are very curious to know more about that. And if you're driving something which is competition of that favorite, we'll be more curious. That's why I was getting a lot of question about G-Wagon and Defender as a comparison when I covered the recent G580. Of course, they are both different cars. They have their own greatness. I love both the machines. In fact, both are my favorites. And you know, what we drove with G-Wagon was a completely different breed. It was a G580 electric. But today we are driving a high performance gasoline engine Defender, which is Octa. It's not a direct competition, but again, I will mention you what are the difference or how better both the vehicles are later in this episode. Initially, I want to talk about the name Octa. Octa is actually a very strong 8-sided diamond. I don't know why British have so much obsession about diamond. Rolls has got Cullinan, which again is a diamond. Here Defender has got Octa. And you know about the Kohinoor diamond, right? So I don't want to talk much about that. But Octa diamond means it's a very strong material. That's what they are expecting with the Defender Octa. For that, they have undergone a lot of tests around the world. This is a vehicle which undergone rigorous tests. It took months and years to develop it. First of all, it has tested all over the world, like in Sweden, Dubai, UK, Namibia, and even US, to test and prove the suspension system, brake, performance, engine, everything. As I mentioned, it's the most powerful engine ever in a Defender from the stock. It's a V8 sourced from BMW, producing around 635 HP and 750 Nm of torque, which can be added a little more with a mild hybrid system, addition of 50 Nm. Mated to 8-speed gearbox, all the forward drive system from the Land Rover is there, but it has been enhanced with a better performance. You know, the weighting depth is around 1 meter. The brakes have been improved, bigger tires, especially the wheel is 20 inch, but the tire size 30 inch because of high profile, special BF Goodrich and Goodyear tires. And you know, some of the elements like the electronics and are improved. But the most important thing is the 6D dynamic suspension system, which has been developed from the engineers sourced from sports cars manufacturers, because you know, they wanted to make it very sporty and capable because they have some aim to it, which I'll mention later in the episode. However, this has become one of the best SUVs ever. As I was telling you about the performance, this is a car which is meant to push on the road, off the road, especially if you got a rally course. Right now, as I mentioned, we are in a forest area. I don't know how much we will get a rally course, but other obstacles and on-road experience are amazing. I am going back. Maybe if I get a chance, I will also experience that part. However, we will check out the details in the design which has changed. The basic design remains same, but there are addition to the Octa which we will check right now. Compared to the Defender, the Octa has got a bigger grille, and this design is again very attractive, O-shaped design. There's a black panel over here, and this one is an edition one you can see over here. It's a limited edition with the special color which I'll mention you. There is the chopped carbon fiber finish on the Defender logo, on the bonnet, many other places inside will explain you. And there is a tow hook over here which is very strong, and rest of the things are bit redesigned but look very macho. From the front it look amazing, and towards the fender I can show you broader wheel arch, which is again an addition because the track is wider. We are also having a bigger wheel. So this also add on to the front part, which look very mashup. The major difference in the Octa is the wheel options. This is a 20-inch wheel. There's one 22-inch wheel. 20-inch wheel is a proper off-road looking wheel, which taken my heart. I love this wheel. And with the tire, it's a 33-inch combination now. The tire which right now we have is a BF Goodrich 80 tire, and it's capable of taking a speed up to 210. For more off-roading, there's an empty option, which is a Goodyear tire, which is opted in Octa. And apart from that, there's a 22-inch wheel, which we've seen with the HT tire, which is more for on-road. And the addition one comes with this combination. There are two colors, as I mentioned. This is Feroy green with a matte finish, and the other one is a Petta copper. And this color comes with the protection, so that if you do off-road, all these small scratches from the trees or branches will be absorbed. And this combination is what really meant for off-roaders. And if you're more an on-roader user, you can go for a regular Octa with a 22-inch wheel. It also looks good, but this one is my pick. One of the unique design feature of Defender is the C-pillar design, which I really love, and there's a bend glass over that. That's all been retained. On the C-pillar, there's the new Octa logo, which is a diamond placed over there. Look amazing. There's water all over. Rear, you can see there are a lot of difference. It's a dual tone. There's a black panel for the boot lid. It's a bit dusted, but you can see the black difference over there. The exposed wheel look amazing. It's better to have that without the cover. There's two strong tow hooks on there, and there is quad exhaust below, exhaust knot, which I'll show you a little later. The rear remains almost the same like the Defender, which doesn't need any change. It look amazing. All the other things about the design are the same, so I'm not explaining more, which you know very well about the Defender. What I have to ask you is, how are these changes for you? Are you accepting these changes, or you prefer the regular Defender or something else like G-Wagon, Wrangler or anything? Just let me know in the comments. Yes, this Octa is an amazing beast on the road. All the 635 HPs and 750 Nm of torque. In addition, there's a 50 if you're pushing it to limit, which is the addition from the mild hybrid system. But unfortunately, we'll have to listen to this beep after 120, which is a mandate for India. So once you unleash all this 635 horses and all the Newton meters, this is how it's going to perform. Like, wow. $200. Wow. So basically, you know, this engine sourced from BMW is a high performance engine. It only unleashes out completely when you on the Octa mode, which is over here. You can select it over here with the touch of a button, and that is a dynamic mode basically, where it is actually really meant to push the car when you are on a rally course. It's been developed in a way that you can hit any kind of off-road patch in a high performance manner. And the most attractive thing is the Octa mode, and once you add the mode, you can drive it like this in a rally course, like a Baja vehicle. Wow. Wow. This is what we meant by Octa mode. Wow. This is what you meant by the Octa mode. Wow. It is like not just the engine, but also the entire dynamics, body management, chassis, steering, brakes, all are meant for that, which I experienced yesterday on the Aamby Valley airstrip by pushing to the maximum, which is we touched around 218 to 220. Just check out that. So this was the run we did. Unfortunately, we can't do much more here. We are on a public road. But you know, whenever we get a chance, there are these horses to push like this. Really surprising, such a big mammoth machine, that too sitting very high with the bigger tires, performing this way is really amazing. You know, this engineers have done a great job by tuning the 6D suspension to match the character on a high speed. Oh god, somebody's broke here. Oh man, he's not broke, he stopped on highway and turning the car. Mad. Anyway, what I meant is the suspension tuning, and they sourced the engineers from sports cars brand, and they started developing the suspension aiming for a Dakar. That's what the aim is. The Land Rover with the Defender, they will be entering Dakar very soon. So it's a news for you guys if you're an enthusiast or a Defender fan. And in Dakar, they can literally show the high capability of this machine. However, with this 6D suspension, the dynamics plays a great role, which we'll be experiencing more on off-road patch. What I can explain right now on an on-road experience is that it's quite comfortable as well. Of course, we're having a very off-road spec tire. It's an 80 tire, but it's more of an off-road spec. It's a hard compound tire, 23-inch tires in a 20-inch wheel, which means a high profile. But still, it's a stiff tire. So in these kind of concrete roads and where bad patch, you can feel a bit of harshness, but this tire is capable of taking all the speed and giving a lot of grip, not like most of the other off-road tires. So this is performing great, and I had to tell you, they were engineered for the purpose, and the purpose can be experienced here. Steering is also amazing, bit on a tight side, which is good to have more control. And surprising thing is the brake. In spite of having this much weight, brake performance is amazing. It performs very well on a higher speed. It bites very strongly. So we get all the confidence to push this Octa to its limit. So in case of winding roads, Octa performs amazingly, but in normal mode, you can feel bit of body roll because you know it's a heavy car, sitting taller. But if you select this Octa mode, the dampers are controlled and is getting a bit stiffer, which means very less body roll. You don't even have to select the Octa mode, it's for the convenience I said, but you can select the sport mode on this dynamic selections. That also make it the same effect. However, the dampers can be controlled according to your driver's mode, and that make a lot of difference in the performance. Again, these turns, if I was in the normal mode, I would have had a lot of leaning on towards one of the sides. Wherever we are turning the opposite, it leans. When you're into Octa mode or dynamic mode, suspension changes a lot, the dampers are controlled and really getting a good feel, which builds confidence to push the car. So if you can push a little and it was a winding road, Turnsol can encounter with confidence in this mode. So the way 6D suspension has been developed is quite amazing. That is a key element of Octa compared to the normal Defender. Yes, brilliant, literally brilliant. Other thing which you can really experience on these type of winding road is the one-piece backrest sport seat compared to the other Defenders. Octa seat is quite amazing. You can adjust the sidewall, which is very thick, and you can really get a bucket feel. It holds you very well. But one thing which I literally would love to have is the dynamic seat which was seen in the G class, because that controls accordingly. If you are on turns, it controls support the body. Otherwise, it will leisure you up. That's a quite interesting feature which would have been good for Octa. However, once you control the seat, it can hold you very tight. So Defender is known for its interior. It's a very purposeful a rather more functional interior, but it also has that luxury quotient. In Octa, what we can see the difference are in materials, both in the fabric and the other trims. Today, the edition one has got a fabric material close to leather. We have seen fabric material in Defender, but this is more close to leather. And the color is a khaki and ebony color. Khaki in the sense a greener khaki, and that really match with the exterior color. There's a crushed carbon fiber finish. Again, you can see around here on the center console, behind the seat. All this complement to the exterior trim. Another attraction is the paddle shifter with a glass topping, and it changed the color according to the drive mode. And finally, the most interesting thing is the front seats, especially the driver seat. It's got a bucket feel, and it can adjust the bolsters on both the side and lumbar, making it more sportier and hugging to you, which give a lot of confidence while you're pushing the car. These are the changes from the regular Defender, and there's also a Meridian sound system which is enhanced for more performance. Otherwise, it's like the top end interior of the Defender with huge panoramic sunroof. So I'm all set to take the Octa to a real off-road condition. We are in a proper off-road track. We will be encountering some extreme challenging course where we'll check how Octa can perform. I know Defender is a very capable vehicle. The same DNA is carried, but the Octa has a different powertrain, different suspension system, better wheels, better travel, higher weighting depth, all this put together. Let's see how it's going to perform. Right now, I'm just on a mud and rut mode and climbing down a steep incline. Let's see how it performs. So basically, off-road is not just about pushing to limit and have all the pace out. No, it's all about slow and steady with proper control, not breaking the car, but you encounter all the obstacles clearly and cleverly. That is what off-road really means. You have to reach one destination from other in the most safest way. That's how we should do an off-roading rather than just pushing it, doing all the sand bashes and breaking the car. No, can do that if the car is capable, but it's not just that. But we are trying to do some obstacle over here. So compared to the normal Defender, the new Octa has around 40-degree approach angle and departure angle, which is more than the normal Defender, and even the breakover angle is also great. Let's check out here. So normally when you are in off-roading, you need a support, but with this 360 camera, it helps you out to check out what's the obstacles ahead of you. Even if you're alone, this will be a big aid to overcome all these obstacles. So I'm climbing down and rock. Yes. This camera is a very good aid. And hill descent control, which can be controlled with the speed also, is amazing. So remember, I had done the G580 episode with all the off-road obstacles which they can do on a proper off-road track, but it was set like a realistic track. So similar situation is what is encountering here. So for all those who ask me, which is a better off-roader, is it a Defender or a G-Wagon, I can tell you only one thing: both are great machines of different kind. So Defender, as you know, it's a monocoque, it's more electronically aided, but G-Wagon is ladder on frame, lot of electronic support, but still maintain a lot of mechanical stuffs. So all this really matters for such cars, but after all, both can do great off-roading without any difficulties. It's like hassle-free is what we really want. I'm climbing this rock. Wow, so easy. This is what actually we meant with such amazing off-roaders. One thing about G-Wagon, as you know, it's got 3 diff lock, but in case of electric, the G580 doesn't need that. It's a 4 motor vehicle. But in case of Defender, what you know is like it's a proven off-roader. Its legacy is amazing. Initially, there was a lot of doubt about the performance, but it has proven itself. So now Octa is raising the bar with a high performance engine, amazing Baja type suspension, and is effortless off-roading. So whatever these kind of terrains we take, you're comfortable inside. That's really matters. Wow. Very easy. So more torque is always good because you can have a better control on the throttle. So in different modes, you got like different modes here for off-roading. So what I selected now is mud and rut. There is other modes like the snow is there. There is a desert mode which is sand, and there is other mode like rock and crawl. So each mode has different kind of throttle control, which is really matters while off-roading. So in case of Octa, there's rear wheel steering, which make the life easier. It can do a better turning, tighter one. Yes. Now again going down through that rock crawls which we have done earlier. Okay, so here is where I meant this camera is very useful. Now again going steep down, shifted to mud and slut again, but I'm not using my foot. The brake is done by the hill descent control system, so completely controlled by the car or by the Octa. It's quite a steep, curvy, there is a lot of body twisting happening, and even the axle twisting is happening, which is quite easily encountering by Octa. So this is it. So here I can experience the tight turn, which is smoothly taken. So the real off-road trial we are doing, and Octa is taking it very easy. All the Defender fans, this is an amazing machine. So what's the speed now? 4 km/h, 3 km/h. This is the speed we are moving. So full control, all by car. Okay, again a steep left turner. Yep. I'm loving it. Wow. So what I'm going to tell you is that the effortlessness of the machine, which means if you are even an average driver, the machine can help you out to come out of some of the obstacles, which is a really big thing, because nowadays, we had that opportunities when we were a kid to explore more places. And if you're in off-roading and if you're not that experienced, the skill is what we develop our experience. If you don't have that, definitely will be shown. So in these cases, the car will help you out to cover up a little and make you a better driver. So now we are getting in the river bed. There's no much water in the first leg, but we are dropping steep rock first. So here we are having big boulders, round boulders, so the increased ground clearance help here a lot. And when we reach the water, the advantage is the wading depth. So compared to the regular Defender, it has got 10 more centimeter more wading depth, which is like 1 meter. Thanks to the bigger tires, 33-inch tires, helps a lot. Even though 20-inch wheel with a high profile tire really matters. So now it's kind of natural articulation pits. Everything can be seen here in the graphics, where your axle is moving, which direction you are in, and what degree of angle you are. All this can be seen and is very informative. And it's in your front only, so you don't have to take attention to check it out anywhere else. Quite interesting. So we are getting a better place with more water. Let's check out the wading depth, everything. Okay. Bit challenging here. Big boulders. Oh. The Defender way to escape. What a fun. Wow. So what we're doing, everything is with the stock vehicle. That matters. With so much of little throttle, I'm doing all the thing. That's how the off-roading should be. Not by just rubbing your tires a lot. So even here with so much of slush. Easy peasy. Awesome. Amazing. So we're going sideways now. So showing 30°. Sorry, 30%. Today is a day well spent, and now I'm in a riverbed relaxing and getting rejuvenated. All this is possible because of this machine, the Octa, because we have taken a trail to this place, but we have encountered a lot of places where we doesn't have any road, but still we are here, and I'm really enjoying and relaxing over here. So all these are possible with the right kind of machine, and this is the right bet, the Defender Octa. Now you let me know what you feel about the Octa. Is this your new favorite, or you have another favorite like the Defender or any other rivals which are in the market? Just let me know in the comment. We are want to bring such exclusive for you, so please support us by liking, sharing our videos, and please do subscribe to our channel if you are not done yet. I'll be bringing more such exciting machines for you. See you next with another one. Until then, stay safe, enjoy wheeling and enjoy your life.